All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, seem basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I need a big house with like 3 basements. Drop an M on the whip, think I'm speed racing. Don't know if it's the Transformer or the Green Ranger. My nigga Mac got the beat banging. Young nigga selling crack as a teenager. Had fiends playing baseball out here free basing. Had me showing off the rings like a Freemason. My mama gone, but I keep pacing. Trying to keep it all together like I need braces. Family calling when they need favors. When I was broke, they was acting like complete strangers. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Rest in peace, the Nippy was the street savior. Got my credit right now, I need acres. Gotta turn your dirty money into clean paper. Trying to own a franchise without a key player. I go through hoes like I weave laces. Tree blazers, let they mama noodles be flavored. Meat takers that be acting like the sacred. You bust saying you would think they on their knees praying. Then I slide like a screensaver. When I'm done, make some scrambled eggs, cheese bacon. Then it's on to the next, I ain't a speed dater. Little bitch ain't gon' hear from me till weeks later. I don't see no things changing. Kids still dodging bullets like they seen Matrix. These young niggas really need saving, but OG.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Brother, popping, brother. How you doing, man? What's going on, man?
Not
so
much,
welcome
man.
to
Thanks
the channel,
for having me
man.
today, bro.
Most definitely, man. I'm glad that you definitely was able, out of your busy schedule, to come on the channel, man. We know you've been putting in some work, man, with the brothers, man, with the guys, man, for sure, man. Absolutely, man. And, just starting off, man, salute to everyone in the chat, man. I see some guys in the chat, man, already for sure, man. Salute to everyone. Salute to my brother Crush the Legend. I see you, my brother. Yeah, man. So definitely just starting off, man. I want to give you your flowers for all the work you've been putting in the game, man. And out here for these kids out in Cincinnati, man, from Little League on up now up to now you got the head coach job at Hughes, man. You got the head realm over there now, man. So definitely just starting off, want to just give you your flowers for all the hard work that you putting in right now, for sure, man. Just starting
Appreciate it.
off,
Thank you.
sure. Man, so how you feeling, man? How you feeling today?
No, I'm feeling great, man. Just got to thank God for waking me up for another 24, man.
Absolutely.
Son healthy, daughter healthy, everybody healthy, so I'm blessed.
Absolutely, man, for sure, man. And of course, man. So gotta talk about it, man. So of course, just go ahead and tell everybody, how you started off, in coaching, getting involved, and you can start off actually from your playing experience, from you starting off from your career.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I started off at Wynwood High School. Class of 2019, played for Coach Parker. He was my head coach. Coach Art Wilson, he was my DC. Great guys, great coaches. They was definitely the tough love type of coaches, man. You know, it basically got me ready for the real world. Like the world ain't gonna care how you feel. You know, the person that's lined up against you ain't gonna care how you feel. So, you know, the workouts was crucial. But once I got to college, you know, it wasn't nothing. Competed for a state championship. You know, we played Hope in my junior year. Ain't come out with the, you know, with the outcome we wanted to come out with, but you know, it was definitely an experience getting up to Canton. You know, getting to experience the Hall of Fame museum. You know, just playing in that
Right.
stadium. The atmosphere was crazy. You know, then come back to my senior year. You know, got a lot of accolades as a linebacker. Um, you know, we end up competing for a state semi. We almost went back to back on them, but you know, Massillon stopped us in our tracks. You know, just from playing against, you know, the level of competition. We was independent when I was there, so it was definitely an experience. We mostly played like cats that was state championship from other states. Nobody in the city wanted to play us, you know, when I was there. So just having a chance to experience, you know, that type of football, that type of intensity there at Wynn Woods, they definitely, you know, shaped me into the coach I am today. You know, they was
Absolutely.
great mentors, you know. Then playing college ball at Hockin College, I took the JUCO route to try to take a chance on myself. Had D1 interest and offers, had D2 interest and offers, also NIA offers when I was in high school. But you know, with the way recruiting is now, you know, it's a lot easier. You know, back when I was in high school, it was hard. It was definitely
Right.
hard, definitely a grind. You
Right.
know, but
Definitely a
definitely,
grind. It's a lot more easier nowadays because now everything they got the footage is able now where you can AI the footage and stuff and get their
yeah, it's
best
crazy.
clips out and everything on Huddle and everything and then of course social media, like everything is so big as far as social media because you got the college coaches, they looking at the kids now on Instagram now, just
Yeah,
seeing just a few seconds of clips and sending offers, just seeing them off of a few seconds of a clip on Instagram now. So
that's
it's
it.
even more crazier compared to us back in the day. We used to have gather up our tape on VHS and everything. It was crazy, man. DVD and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, after Hockin College, you know, my season got cut short there. I played a year there. I was a freshman All-American linebacker there. COVID hit, so it was one of the situations. I just ended up coming back home, working out. You know, I was about to go to another school, you know, but then I just got my foot in the door coaching with my uncle, Roberto Engleman, Nehemiah's Engleman dad. We coached
Right.
together at Wynn Woods Little Warriors youth football program, great program out there. The year after that, my uncle got the call about getting a Hughes job, and it was just on from there.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And of course, last year you was, the DC and now you head coach. So, tell me what's the process, far as, your uncle Lorenzo, Engelman, him passing the torch down to you pretty much and, going about it in that manner.
So at first, I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I wasn't even thinking about it, but like the
Really?
kids, yep, I wasn't even thinking about it at first. I'll be real with you. I wasn't thinking about it,
You just wanted it
but
just to be assistant coach on the staff still?
yeah, and I was just weighing out my other options. You know, just really
Yeah,
feeling it. You know, just trying to see everything. You know, but
right,
the kids talked me into it. And
right.
you got to think, like, I came in as the middle school coach, so the kids that's with me now was with me 7th and 8th grade. So a lot of
Absolutely.
cats don't realize, like, I got that relationship with them. Been with me for the past 4 or 5 years. We got that rapport. They already know what I want to accomplish, what the standard is. You know, we've been locked in since. You know, I look at them. A lot of guys as they look at me as a father figure or a big brother to them. You know, a lot of people don't know that I'm 24 years old. You know,
Right.
I ain't gonna say probably, I think I'm one of the youngest coaches in the state of Ohio. So just,
Absolutely.
a lot of people don't think I can get the job done. I've been playing football on the highest level possible. So I know what I got to do to win. I know what personnel I need to win. The kids know. So And the coaching staff I bring in, we a young, well-established coaching staff also. So, and they all played on a high
Yeah, I
level
wanted to
also.
ask you
So,
about the staff because you made an announcement on the staff and everything, man. Of course,
yeah,
you got my boy Kurt on the staff, of course, man. He's been on the
my
staff, of course,
dog.
already beforehand and everything. So tell me about the staff, how you picked out the staff, and how you feel about the staff going into the season.
So I picked out the staff. Just it's so crazy. Like we all know each other just from a different aspect of
Right,
our lives, and when they all seen each other, like, oh, bro, you brought him on. So it's just like I brung guys on that that the kids can have a great relationship with, and the guys they want to win, they present every day. And I told them, I said, once they show that y'all committed, the kids gonna want to be committed. Just bringing in the younger
right,
staff. The game's starting to change and evolve also. So just having that younger staff that still has knowledge of the game is gonna be a plus for us. Not no knock to the older guys or anything, but you know just having that youth.
right.
Some coaches, I brought my guy Ali back as my OC, assistant head coach. He been
Yeah,
with me. He been with me for the past 3 years. He going on 4 next year, so he knows the program well, knows the kids well. He worked in the school also. Coach Boykins, once again, he been with me for the past 4 years. Been through the thick and thin of it, the ups and the downs, the good and the bad. So, brung them two back. They've been with me for the longest. Coach Aaron, Coach Dom Johnson. He was the DB coach over at Withrow. This will be Coach Aaron, first year. Coach Shannon, my fault. Coach Shannon, first year as the DB coach, but he has the knowledge of the game. Played at Hutchinson, walked on to Kansas. Coach Don played at West Virginia State. So brought my guy Coach Twan on from Little League. He coaches at Wynwoods right now. Coach, brought a Little League guy on. He's an alumni of Hughes, class of '05. Brought my
right.
guy Coach Quay on. He played out at Princeton, graduated from Princeton, played at Central State and Miami of Ohio, and brung Coach Lorenzo Engleman back as my as the director of football operations and recruiting coordinator, because he already got that
Right.
relationship with college coaches, and just going to help with the fundraising, be my mentor along the way, and bring my guy Coach Tay on, as my assistant D-line coach. Coach JT, he coached at Woodward and West Claremont previous years. Played over at LaSalle, got 3 state championships. So, and Coach Cheese, he Charles Gamble, the third. So
Yeah,
his dad, a well-established coach in the Cincinnati area.
absolutely.
Just I'm trying to bring an all-star coaching staff on with me. So I want to build a champ. We got to build championship man by serving they heart, not their talent. So that's one of my biggest things.
Absolutely.
It's doable. I got to put it in their mind that anything is possible, through Christ. And that's going to be one of our biggest things this year, man. I believe we can go come out the region, win a regional chip, and go win a state championship. That's what my hopes are for this year one. I have high expectations, so I know what the guys can do, and we go get it done.
Facts, man. Facts, man. That's amazing, man, for sure. Because I was seeing how, you know, like with the CMAC conference, it's a lot of it was a lot of parity for us, a lot of movement with the coaches among the whole entire conference,
Yeah,
between a lot of the teams. And I was seeing a lot of parity. I'm like, then I'm seeing, Rico over there in West and stuff, then Keelan over there, Clark. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, I'm like, okay, like the CMAC is looking like it's going to be crazy this year, like even more than ever. I know even me and you, we talked about it like last
Mhm.
week, behind the scenes talking. I was like, man, the CMAC about to be crazy, like more competitive than I've seen it. Like, so, like last year, of course, y'all was 4-6 last year. And, going into this season, you got guys like Keon Alexander and, of course, Nehemiah Alexander, which I got some footage of Nehemiah. We definitely got to show this footage to him for sure. How is, for us, the roster, for us, the team this year, how you building the roster? Of course, we got high school, of course, there's a lot of movement, of course, among the players as well, for us, we don't want to say it's a high school transfer portal, but in layman terms, in reality, it is out there too. But how you feel about filling like the roster this year too as well?
This roster gonna be, it's gonna be off the chain. I don't want to say too much.
Oh yeah, you can't say too much.
I don't want to say too much, but I definitely got some. We getting it figured out. I wanted them trenches go be young and hard and fast and physical. I only got one seer on the O line, so coaches got to be ready for them trenches for the past for the next 2 to 3 years. Kyle Alexander, he coming back as my quarterback. Man, great kid. He's a great leader. That's who the guys look up to in the weight room. Coming back off of a fractured ankle. I think he ready to work more than ever. He's been getting a lot of work in, on and off the field. Great student in the classroom also, and Nehemiah Engleman, he's that guy. But it's gonna get even crazier this year because he not only, we about to just move him around because we got other running backs that just have the same work ethic as him, the same talent, in my opinion. So, receivers go be legit, defense, still figuring a couple things out on defense, but defense gonna be, hard, fast, and physical. All 11 hats to the ball. I will be calling defense this year. Me and Boykins,
Yeah, I
we
was
gonna
about
do it together.
this. So because you head coach and of course you was DC last year, of course. So how you feel about going into that for us like head coaching and calling the defense as well?
No, really, it's that's why I brought Boykins back. He go help me out a lot. I learned this from the Indiana coach why they had so much success. Like he only as strong as his coaching staff, so I don't think I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. We just been putting a lot of stuff together. I want these kids to get get their IQs better.
Working as a collective.
The thing and CPS is oh, the kids ain't that smart. They just, athletic. But, we about to get these kids, football IQs through the roof. And once we get that, man, the athleticism already there. So it's on popping from there. My biggest thing this year will be special teams. We got a young kicker also. Yeah. He's been working. So I think the biggest thing, in CPS definitely be special teams. And, special teams is going to separate us from a lot of other teams, this year. So I'm looking forward to that. I got my guy Shek Sacco, number 8. He was the safety for me last year. I'm moving him, as a nickel this year. He was one of our best tacklers. He's a great kid, about 6'1", 170. Class of 27. I got Kennon Adams. He's coming back as my linebacker. He's going to be my Mike Collar this year. He is 6'1", 195 as of right now. He's been putting a lot of work in the weight room. Who else I'm thinking about? I got Devon Brown, moving him to corner this year. He's going to be a lockdown corner. He's a 4.47 40 kid. He runs track also, 100-meter dash, 200-meter. Davon Bishop, 6'1", about 160 right now, trying to put some little more weight on him, receiver. And in my opinion, he's probably one of the best, better receivers in the state of Ohio. Not knocking the other cats, that's ranked and stuff. But, once we start winning games, that's when recruitment really go come into play. So I told the kids, don't stress about it. Everybody ain't D1. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody ain't D1. As long as you got college paid for, you got that scholarship money, man, take it. Don't try to wait for D1s and stuff. So, we definitely winning games is definitely on the agenda for this year, but just making them better into better men, better sons, better students of the game, better students in the classroom. That's the end goal for real. It's just more than football. Football is the vehicle and not the destination.
Right.
So we definitely
trying
to get
it
that.
It builds the character for later on in life because the wins and the losses, all the hard work that you put in, behind the scenes and stuff, working, getting ready for game week and everything, it builds an absolute 100% character for these guys. And man, and that's why I said definitely got to give a lot of love and salute you for everything y'all doing, man, for sure, man. And so yeah, let me go and play this footage of Nehemiah real quick
Oh
too.
yeah,
I
go
wanted to
ahead,
play
man.
this real quick. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Is yeah, that was the all around athlete right there, Nehemiah Engleman right there, man. Had a amazing season for his sophomore season this past year. 146 rushes for over 1,000 yards, 14 tutties. And then of course a lot of work on defense as well. Where the man was, a ball hog out there and, making crazy tackles out there on defense as well, man. So, talk about him being, a leader as far as, building the foundation of, for as this 2026 team as well this year.
Like once again, man, he's a great kid, great athlete. He don't talk much. Like Nemo
Right,
would just shake his head. He'll say a couple of words. But I think he's starting to grow out of shell a little bit.
right.
He strong as an ox in the weight room, he still play around a little bit, but that's the youth in him. He 2028 kids, so I don't expect him to mature overnight, but he's getting there. So and just building the offense around him is one of the most important things. But
Right.
like as a coach, we go force other cats to make other plays. Like I said, we definitely got athletes just as athletic as him, and we about to spread this offense out this year. And man, it's gonna look crazy once you see it in person, bro. I'm telling you, like I said, I can't say too
Yeah,
much,
I
but
heard that. You
it's
can't get too
definitely.
much.
I'm
I know
excited, bro, but it's
you said y'all
definitely.
gonna play fast and everything, so I'm excited to see what this
He
offense
running
gonna
track
be
right
like
now
for
too, so
sure.
him and about 8 other athletes running track. So I like
Right.
multi-sport athletes at the end of the day. So a
Yeah,
couple of cats hooping right now too. Our basketball team having a lot of success. Shout out Coach Mike
yeah,
Hill, man. He doing
definitely,
a great thing with
definitely.
them
This one
kids.
district yesterday.
Yup. You know, shout out to my AD also, Andrew Mueller. He just for him even just trust me, to turn this program around. Dr. Williams, our principal. So it's a lot of support too. Also, behind this team, a lot of support in the school, the community. Just even for me, just being a stand-up guy, having a great relationship with a lot of people. You know, that's go,
Yeah, it
help
feels
us
like it's
out.
a
Just
different vibe around like Hughes sports now, like far as like with basketball and football and everything. Far as like y'all bringing that that real high energy back within the sports scene around Clifton for Hughes right now. So that speak about that because it's a different energy where I'm feeling it, myself by just seeing how everything's working with you guys and the basketball team and everything. You can speak about that right there as well.
yeah. So me and Coach Mike, we talked about it. We just said like we just gotta change the narrative.
Right.
And what he's doing right now, we changing the narrative, and football up next. Like I said, we used to being coming in third place, fourth place in the CMAC. That's finna change. So we ain't about to be nobody punching bag no more. We got to go hit the bullies in the mouth. You can't bully a bully. So the hoop team been working out with us in the weight room also, and it's starting to show off on the court. You know, I believe in explosive workouts, nothing but explosiveness. We don't lift like bodybuilders. We go lift like athletes.
Yeah,
And every
right.
lift translates to the field. So I was a big weight room guy in high school. Coach Parker, that's one thing he ain't play about was the weight room. I was going to the weight room in the morning and in the afternoon, so I was a huge weight room guy, and it translated to the field. Like I said, my senior year, I had 115 tackles. I was all state. I was third team Ohio or honorable mention. I can't remember which one, but I was one of those. I was third team tri-state. I was first team city, first team all region, first team district. So definitely, I took the weight room serious, and it paid off. And that's why I'm trying to get the
Absolutely,
kids
man.
to, fall in love with the weight
The
room,
buy-in.
to buy in. That's all I ask for y'all to do. I'm bought in already. So y'all just buy in. Take care of me, and I'll take care of us. That's why I always tell them.
Facts, man, facts. And of course, um, big games for us this year, man. We can go and get into some of these games, even though we ain't got the dates yet. We ain't got the dates
Right.
yet.
We ain't
The
got the
dates
dates yet.
when we got the dates, we gonna post the dates on CamJNetwork. So y'all
Nah,
gonna
I
have the
got you.
dates when we get these dates for sure. Y'all
Nah, I
already
got you.
know. So we got, no, of course, let me take this banner down real quick so we can see it out of the way. So of course um you got Batavia this year, Mount Healthy, Roger Bacon, Purcell Marion, Clark Montessori, which that game I might have to be in the building. Both of my brothers
That's
playing against
family.
each other.
That's family versus family.
I'm gonna have to be in the building for that one. I'm gonna have to cover that week. And then you got West High right there, you and Rico they going at it right there. And then Taft, where Robert, come in and play Robert Rochelle at Taft and everything. Then Woodward and Winthrop with Coach Berry and Aiken, man. So definitely a tough schedule as well, man. Like I said before, the CMAC, this conference this year is going to be a lot more competitive than we've seen in previous years because there's so many great coaches among the conference now, and there's a lot of talent spread it around the whole entire conference. So tell me how you feel with the CMAC this year, and how you feel about the schedule, and then with Batavia too, as and Mount Healthy as well.
So I feel like open up with Batavia first and foremost. It's gonna be a great battle test. They in the same region as us, same division, so that's gonna give us points. I try to create me and Coach E try to create a schedule where we can get points. And like I'm confident in the schedule, bro. 10-0, 9-1, being realistic. So I'm really
Right,
like I ain't the type, I don't fear nobody. And that's why I'm trying to install in my kids, bro. They bleed just like us. They put on the same, put on equipment just like us,
absolutely.
we going in this season fearless and it's, of course, respect to Withrow, Aiken, all them other CPS schools. Tab still gonna be Tab, even though, a lot of stuff been going on over there. So a lot of respect for them CMAC coaches, a lot of respect for Barry. He reached out to me during the interviewing process, got me ready for my interview. Keelan, of course, that's Cuz, so he got me ready for the interview also.
Right,
Um, you know, Coach Duca, that's my guy. He coached me. Matter of fact, fun fact, Coach Duca coached me in the high school All-Star game, the East versus West, when it was
man.
at Kings. So Coach Barry, I think Coach Barry was supposed to coach that game too. So, just just got a good relationship with those guys too. Coach Rico was with us for the first 2 years at Hughes. Glad he, landed somewhere. We got a couple former coaches over at TAF, so the guys got that game circled, but I had to tell them, like, 1 week at a time. The way I feel about that game, bring that into the scrimmages, the
Man,
7-on-7s. We gotta keep that energy, keep that intensity, keep that same attitude from week 1 all the way to week 15. Getting ready for state. So I don't tell them
facts,
10 weeks. I
man.
always tell them 15 weeks. So that's what I got installed in their heads, and I hope we can complete the mission. I'm a coach to the best of my ability. The coaching staff go coach to the best of their abilities. You know, so
Facts, man. Yeah, man. So I was showing some of the pictures, man, of the guys, man. You got these guys, putting in that pain, man, in the weight room and everything, getting ready for this 2026 season and everything. And this one thing I wanted to highlight too that I like, just that how they building the camaraderie already. You know what I'm saying, going into the season, which is every off season and stuff. We all know in football, especially in high school football, of course, it's done in the off season, which is this is very significant going into when you get into the preseason and stuff. So you can kind of get into kind of conversation for us, like I know it's going to be 7-on-7 season coming in play now. A lot of the college camps and combines is coming up. Speak
yeah.
how you getting the guys ready for us. the spring season coming up for us. The combines and 7-on-7s and everything.
Yeah, so now that it's warmer outside, man, we gonna be outside as much as we can get in, and a
Yeah,
lot of I tell our kids with the resources we got, man, we make the best out of it. So, a lot of schools got the luxury of just walking right onto their field. We got to walk down to practice. So I think even carrying that chip on their shoulder like makes them even more hungrier to go, try to take somebody off or just go play football in general. Sometimes it sucks with them circumstances, but we try to make the best out of it. Usually we use UC, facilities to go get work in over there, which is a
yeah,
blessing. But we
that's
just gotta
big.
we
That's
just gotta
big
use what we
time.
can get, and I feel like it makes us even hungrier. The kids gotta walk damn near 0.5 miles to get to their practice facilities. Everybody else just gotta take 2 steps and they on their field. So
Yeah,
just that's I think that's just making us hungrier. And they, it kind of make them pissed off. So they keep that pissed off mentality, you know. So yeah, just the weight room wise, they've been loving it. They've been loving it. They've been loving it. We've been taking our little protein, protein supplements, protein powder. We just been getting it in the weight room, and they starting to really fall in love with the weight room. We doing our max outs, the spring max outs this week. They excited for that. But I told them,
yeah, man. So
grades
you got
most
them boys on
importantly. So
schedule. You
we'll
got
be,
them
we
4 days.
doing a whole week of
You
study
got them in
tables.
there 4 days a week.
Nah, really 5, because the study tables on
Five.
Tuesday. So yeah, I'm on it. I'm sorry, we got it. I don't overwork their body. We do light days. We
Right,
about to install
right.
yoga. You got to treat your body like a temple always, but we got to get this work in
Absolutely.
also. Sometimes we got to play catch
Yeah,
up. We got
absolutely.
to, got to play catch up because these other schools got, the resources and the facilities and like I
Yeah,
said, but we making the best of it. You know, can't stress about it. I'll leave all that stuff up to God. Hopefully one day we can get a field. Hopefully, somebody generous enough to
man.
give us a field. Alumni need y'all out here, man. Need
Somebody,
y'all out here.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
support.
man.
Come
Number now, we
support us,
need
man.
y'all
For
out there,
real.
man.
I'm trying to bring the
Get
city
to
out this year.
school.
For real.
We
This a
know
different attitude. It's a different, it's a different mascot. I know y'all used to the Hughes Big Red, but these the Bulls. We on bullshit all year. I'm
Bulls.
telling you, that's the
Yeah,
motto. Bullshit. Bullshit and heart. I'm telling you, it's a different agenda this year. It's a different attitude. I'm telling you. These kids hungry, they want it. Come support them. A lot of these kids ain't got the support they need at home. So we got a community got to come out and support
yeah.
too. So
Big time, man. Because y'all big staples, all of y'all coaches, for especially for us, the Cincinnati public schools, y'all big staple because there's a lot of stuff going on for us. These young kids out here in Cincinnati, they getting stirred the wrong way. They seeing the streets and everything, and for you guys, to keep these kids locked in and staying in school and and building and playing sports other than football and and staying locked in, that's the love that I love to see from you guys, man. Which is it's amazing to see from you guys every time, man, for
yeah.
sure.
And to piggyback off what you just said, Hughes got a great STEM program also.
Yeah,
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Like we got the Zoo Academy, got the nursing program over at Tri-Health. We got engineering, we got IT. Like it's so the kids, they can start their careers early. So I got a couple of kids that's already going through an engineering program during the summer. So it's definitely a blessing, man. Just to have that. Like Hughes is a great school, man. A lot of
right.
stuff you see, that's life. That's in general. This generation different. So everybody be like, oh, I ain't a good school. CPS, CPS got a bad reputation sometimes, but CPS
Yeah,
got great leaders and they try their best to turn it around. It's just, you know, a lot of stuff starts at home, if they ain't got that structure at home. So, I work in the school. I, work security in the school right now. Next year I'll be transitioning into the classroom and stuff. So, just from being in the school for the past 4 years, I done built great relationships, not just with the athletes, just with regular, with the students.
yeah,
And
definitely.
just and my biggest thing right now is just recruiting in the school. I had a lot of kids sign up, Been having a lot of kids show up. Just build consistency. That's my biggest thing is consistency. You know, trying to make it try to make it excited for them. You know, we try to starting to cook for them. If we have a great week, I reward them. We just got to keep it interesting for these
Absolutely.
kids, man, and just like once again, all things through Christ is possible. So just trying to
Absolutely.
make it fun. Football is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be their safe haven. So
Definitely.
I ain't go. I
Definitely. It
tell
gotta
kids
be
all the
fun
time.
for him. I mean, because it's no high school. I always say high school football in Cincinnati is like one of the most precious things to me in personal. Because I grew up in it. Me playing in Fairfield and everything. And when I
Okay.
was in high school and then just coming up, just watching high school over the years, Ohio high school football is just a different level. And, people don't understand it until like you see it on Friday nights with all the different conferences. Like it's competitive with all the conferences around the city, in Cincinnati, and then even let alone around Ohio as well. You know what I mean? It's big time here in Ohio. So Ohio high school football is big time, especially within Cincinnati, and that's one of my main things is trying to showcase Cincinnati much as possible, Ohio just as much as possible because it's a beautiful thing out here in high school football here in Cincinnati and Ohio in general, man. So. And I wanted to read this comment right here for you, right here. Certified Tour. He said, "Finna have a great B-Day workout tomorrow and all week."
These kids, crazy man. A lot of them kids are my kids in the comments, man.
Yeah, I
And
see him.
they
Yeah,
hilarious, bro. They a great group of kids, though. They get on my nerves sometimes. Don't get me wrong. They definitely know how to push my buttons. But at the end of the day, man, I really love them kids like they my little brothers, my sons, man.
for real.
And they been with me like a lot of them kids been with me since middle school, like 7th to 8th grade. So, and quiet as kept, I told the principals this, I told my guy leaders, I said, man, this is probably the best class to come through Hughes. Everything is a process. A
Mm,
lot of people don't trust the process. We had a
yeah,
couple of guys leave. Know how that go, man. And I told him like, man, just wait. It's coming. Like I'm about to be the head coach soon. It's coming. Like it's coming. Like I already had this installed in my head. Like I just knew it's all God's timing. A lot of people want to rush the
right.
process. You can't rush it all the time. So he was definitely been a decent program before we got here. So I'm really about to turn it up a notch and I'm about to make it look crazy, man, to where it's just super structured, super organized. Coach E did a great job with the program too, man. Getting the kids to buy in the classroom. Like I said, bro, grades are the most important,
Facts.
man. These grades gonna take y'all to destinations y'all didn't even know beyond football. So, and like his old coach who stays, Coach West. Shout out Coach West, whoever played for Coach West. Student first, athlete second. So,
Absolutely.
you can't just come to school and just only care about football. Care about the classroom. You know.
Definitely.
So yeah, man,
Definitely, man. I'm
it's definitely
excited
a
for this
blessing,
year.
man.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm excited for this year, man, for y'all guys, bro. For real, man. And just you got the guys Hughes, new era, far as the Engleman's era and everything, man. And first game, Batavia, man. So I'm excited definitely for that first game and stuff.
Yeah, and
Y'all know who
we
y'all
on
gonna
a
be scrimmaging in the
So
preseason game?
I meant to tell you that, man. So we got a couple 7-on-7s lined up with like Madeira. I got the schedule right here, man. I got to put myself on pause real quick.
Are you cool? You all
Yeah,
good?
yeah. I got shoot. So we go seven. Our first 7-on-7 is against Clark May 15th. We still go, even though we play them in season.
Oh,
We go do a 7-on-7 with them anyway. Sosa
that's
my
what's
guy.
up.
We just trying to make each other better. They in the MVC, but
Thanks.
they still a CPS school. So we just gonna make each other better, man, and still compete.
Absolutely.
We got Madeira, July 15th. We got Finneytown, June 30th. Still waiting on North College Hill to confirm a date. Northwest June
Hmm.
24th, Norwood June 11th. Still waiting on the time for CCPA. Then we got the Social Justice 707 July 10th, and we're going against St. Bernard, Northwest, I think Goshen, if I'm not mistaken. So looking forward to that. Got Finneytown for our first scrimmage. First scrimmage, Finneytown, August 8th. We got Finneytown, Norwood's quad scrimmage. Finneytown, Norwood, Summit, and Schroeder, I think. Then for our second scrimmage, for the 4-quarter scrimmage, is gonna be St. Bernard, August 15th. So we
Man,
definitely
stack.
out on the road, trying to get as much work in as we can. Um, just want to get better, get different looks against other teams.
Yeah,
And I've been reaching out to everybody. I won't I'll try to get Corain 707. Get some GMC schools in there. Just trying to
yeah,
get a look, get these guys ready for playoffs because we're gonna see a lot of teams similar to them in the playoffs. Division 3 is definitely competitive, and this year I definitely feel like we about to make a run, bro. It's about to get real. It's about to get real scary, real interesting for a lot of teams, and it's definitely about to pop off soon. I can't wait. May go be around the corner. May right around the corner. We definitely got hopefully we get a combine in. Got that setting that up right now as we speak. For CPS, and that'll be a great opportunity for us.
yeah. Most
Um,
definitely.
yeah, get them, get the kids out in front of college coaches and stuff, and I'm working, man. I'm working. It's been long nights, with my son, barely getting sleep sometimes,
Yeah,
helping my girl out. She's definitely a, big part of this, process also. She's
absolutely.
very big in support. Shout out to my Dukes also, definitely supportive. Shout out to the Engleman family, my Thrasher side, my dad's side too. And RP Pops also, he shaped me into the man, I was meant to be. He was in the community a lot also, before he passed away. He was more in the basketball. He was the basketball coach. He coached a lot of cats too. He coached with 4D United. He coached kids like Antoine Hinton,
Yeah,
my guy Juicy over at Anderson when they was playing basketball. My guy Donovan Chambers. He over at Corain. He coached a lot of cats. My guy Dre at North College Hill. He had some dogs on that team too. So just watching him coach and be that guy, everybody looked up to and went to. I want to be that same person. And once again, I'm the youngest in the game right now. But I ain't about to be nobody's punching bag. So like I said, man, people, cats better, be ready, watch out. Because the
yeah.
big Red Bulls, we on one this year. And
You can read this comment on the screen right there.
let me see what they talking about. Is that my Dukes? What's up, my?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Salute, salute, my dude.
yeah,
Salute,
yeah.
salute.
We definitely finna turn it up, man. Once again, it's a blessing. And school definitely backing us up. These kids excited. Everybody called me Coach J in school. Man, Coach J, and I coach girls flag football too with Coach Engleman, Coach Lorenzo Engleman. So
Yeah.
shout out to my girls too, man. I ain't gonna leave y'all out of this. So
Yeah. How you
um,
get when that start up?
so I gotta look at my schedule. I'm pretty sure starts up in April. It starts up soon. We got
Okay,
about a
yeah.
10-game schedule. I'm gonna get with you about that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
for
send you that
sure, for
schedule
sure.
too.
I know
And
so you gotta get
we
with me
got
with
some
him because I
girls.
know there's
We
a
got some
lot going
girls for
on. Because
sure.
flag football has been like far as the girls been amazing this past year, starting off this past year. So you could kind of speak a little bit about that right there.
Yeah, I had to put this comment up there, man. That's my boy Ali talk about we doing the punching this year. We definitely are. And
Yeah.
back to the girls
Salute
flag
Coach
football though.
Ali. Salute.
Yep. Back to the girls flag football. It's definitely different. Last year was our like pilot year. We did a pretty good job. We actually lost to the team that made it far. Schroeder. Shout out to Schroeder Jaguar, Schroeder High School. They definitely had a great group of girls. We lost to them, but they made it really far. And we only lost by like 2 points. And I was sad I couldn't make it to that game. I had other business to handle. But this year, we didn't graduate nobody from last season. So everybody, they got to see all them girls again, all them speedsters. And we got a great group of girls, you know. And we got Amaya, my girl Amaya Foster. We always bumping heads, but that's my girl. We got Bailey, Gross Brown, one of my better defensive players. We got Danielle Scott. She's a great defensive player. We got my girl Princess. We shout out to the twins, also Hope and Faith. We got a great group of girls, man. They've been working in the weight room also. They'll work out in the weight room while we in there. And they getting work in with Coach Lorenzo Engleman. And you know, it's that girls flag football scenery is really exciting. My little sister getting into it also. I told her you can get a scholarship for that now. Like Williamsburg
Yeah.
came
They
up
giving
not too long
scholarships
ago
out there
and
in
looked at
college
some of our
now for it
girls.
now.
Yep. So it's good. Look, it's good for the national level. You know, it's great. Like I like what the world came up to with sports. You know, it's great. It's a lot of outlets. Like even with football, you know, shoot, I had opportunities to go play overseas right before I got the
Yeah,
job. So it was something I had to think about with that too. So it's just, you know, you can play overseas. You know, you got arena, you got the UFL, you know, you got the XFL, all that
absolutely.
stuff. You got a lot of arena leagues. You know, we got the Cincinnati Slingers coming up. Got the Kentucky Barrels, you know, Northern Kentucky area. So it's a lot of outlets. Just it's a lot of outlets, you know, just not with NFL, you know. And it's just exciting to watch unravel, man, for real. And you know, still just once again we about to get it in, man. And you know, most of my guys, a lot of guys said they want to play college football, but I told them if that don't happen, man, it's a lot of other outlets. So
Yeah, definitely, man. So you already know, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long, man, for sure,
yeah,
man.
man, I
Appreciate you,
appreciate it
man.
talking with you,
Yeah, you
man.
know,
Good talk.
we locked
I,
in. So we definitely I'm gonna be coming through, checking them boys out
nah, facts,
this
facts,
year. So
facts for
you
sure.
already know it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait
I
for
got to
this
get you some
season, man.
gear
I
too,
really
bro.
am.
Remind me, man. Let me send me your size in the
Definitely, most
DM.
definitely.
Gotta get
I
you some
got you for
gear.
sure.
Yep.
For sure, man. Definitely, man. And then we gotta get some of the boys to come on. I'm gonna start bringing
Oh
some
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
some of
for
the
sure,
kids
for
on and
sure.
stuff too. So that's
Just let me
another
know.
thing
Give me a
too.
date, and I'll
That's
set it up,
coming
man.
up.
I'm gonna get my leaders on here, man, so I can talk about the program and stuff. You know, I got you.
Definitely,
I
man.
got you.
Definitely. Because I got now we know this the first one of the off season for this year,
Mhm.
So now we building in, bringing in some more coaches, more
Yep.
kids and everything, and pushing it around for this off season, pretty much, gearing up and building and promoting, pushing into the 2026 season, heavy this year, man, because it's gonna be amazing all over the city, man. So I'm
Nah, facts.
excited
Definitely
for
gonna be
everything
amazing.
that you got going and everything y'all Hughes boys got in store for the 2026 season, man. So you already know, man. We tapped in, brother, man.
Yep.
Salute,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yep.
Appreciate you
Go
for
Bulls,
sure.
man. Go Bulls. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be different this year, man. Alumni, come support, man. Come support for real. It's a lot of alumni out there that graduated from Hughes. I'm already knowing y'all can't keep hiding. Let's go. It's time to turn it up for these kids, man. Show up for these kids. At the end of
Salute.
the day, it's all about the kids. It ain't about me. It ain't about y'all. It's about the kids, man. So,
Tax plus tax, man, for sure,
and I'm
man.
excited though,
Salute
bro.
to you, brother, man. You
Yes,
already
sir.
know, man.
Yes,
Matter of
sir.
fact.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yep. Don't forget to DM me, brother.
Yeah, I got you. I'm about
Yep.
to DM you now when
All
I
right,
get off
bet,
here.
bet, bet.
Bet.
Yep. Yes, sir.
For sure, for sure. So you already know. That was amazing right there, man. Salute to my dog, man, Coach Engleman, man. Amazing show. Definitely got a lot of information going on with Hughes and everything. So you already know I got Nehemiah. Look out for a CamJ Prospect Watch video tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow. So we got content on the way, man, for a lot of the high school kids, man, around the city and everything. Especially with the coaches, man. So it's going to be amazing 2026 season coming up, and I'm excited for Hughes this year. and the whole entire CBAC, man, of course, as well, man. So salute to everyone, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, came out and supported on this conversation. And hit the like button. Y'all watch this on the replay. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hype up as well on YouTube. It's a hype option where you can hype up. It helps us in the algorithm, push the content in the algorithm for sure. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, man. We got more, you know, content on the way, man, you know, weekly that we're going to be pumping out for high school football within Cincinnati, you know, most definitely. So appreciate everyone, and we will see y'all later.
All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the Lord when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it.